Hello there. Welcome to another episode of Making Marriage Work. My name is Kemi Tony Akimumi. And on this episode again, we have another question from you, our online audience, and I will be giving answers to the question today. I have with me, as usual, Mr. Kunle Emmanuel Adebayo. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Right.
Okay, so yeah. Today's question is, I didn't quite get it well, but I'm going to read it. Maybe you probably understand better.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay. So it's saying that I'm not sure whether is it okay, or it is okay for a married man to still be in touch with an ex after the wife has complained of our displeasure to such a relationship. I think it's saying, is it okay?
Is it okay?
Maybe it's like a typo or something.
Right.
Is it okay for a married man to still be in touch with an ex after the wife has complained of our displeasure to such a relationship? Yes, I think for me, just before you answer this, I have a lot of issues about this, you understand? So maybe why you are going to start talking about it, maybe to also ask some of my questions. Because you understand? Because really, I used to believe that before you get married, you are first someone's friend,
Right.
someone's close friend, and you have stuffs like that around.
Yes.
So, and I don't think it's only for a man; it's also for a woman as well. Do you understand?
Yes.
Before you get married to your husband, you have close male friends and all that. Well, sometimes maybe ex, like you said. Do you understand? So does that mean that now, because I'm married, I can't talk to my ex anymore or something? Is that then if peradventure my wife is now like, there's this displeasure of you getting to talk to that girl or you getting to talk to that guy,
Right.
it's a problem. So it's what's
Right.
yeah.
So one would define an ex as someone that you have been romantically involved with in
Yeah.
time past. And this can come in different situations and different, ways. Because if you say that I had friends before I met my partner, yes, one expect that you would have people you interact with, but maybe they won't come under the category of an ex. Well, some people will not frown at their partner, at their spouse, still in contact, in communication with an ex, obviously an opposite sex, right?
Yeah.
So, but the moment you come into a committed relationship as marriage, and you prioritize your marriage, and you value your partner, and you've made a commitment to make that person happy, which means whatever that person finds distasteful, you want to clear the hair around that situation. So if your partner is saying that you are still in communication with an ex and I find it uncomfortable or I do not approve of it, like I always say, everything will start with a conversation. Because if this ex is someone you were romantically involved with, you had a prolonged sexual relationship with, and now you are married, and you are still in touch with that person, it's also very good that you protect yourself and protect your family and your marriage if you truly prioritize your wife and your marriage. Sometimes some will tell you, oh, it's an ex, I don't even get to see, nothing can happen, I know it's already in the past. We have had stories like that and truly nothing happened. But we have also had stories that didn't go well, that this person just feels I can manage my ex, and this ex obviously an opposite partner. Even if you say you know your motives, your intentions are pure, you just want to still keep in touch, we were good friends, we couldn't just get married, right? But your partner finds that relationship uncomfortable, which is the most important part in all of this equation. If you cannot convince your spouse that there is nothing, then you have to make that person, you have to allay their fears, except you don't respect, except you do not value the relationship you have with your spouse, and then you don't see your marriage as something worthwhile for you that you really want to build, and maintain. So, but it wouldn't be a nice response to say, it's my ex, I had them, they were my friends before I married you, and I can't stop talking with them. That wouldn't be a nice approach to resolving, such very critical, issue with your spouse, because at that time your ex doesn't take priority, your ex doesn't come before your wife. But in some relationship, however, we have had that dynamics, and it didn't last. Their marriage did not last because the ex was an interference. However, we have also seen exes who they had a good friendship. It wasn't romantic, it wasn't sexual, right? And then the relationship actually broke on a nice, situation. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
And then you see this person as a dear friend. And now you are married, the person should then be a dear friend of your family, right? So if you still want to be in touch with that person who you think, we are more like, relatives now, nothing really happened, your partner must still find that relationship comfortable. Because sometimes as individuals, we think we can do stuff in our marriage, but when our partner does the same, it becomes a taboo. So if you flip it at times and then put yourself in your partner's shoes, would you really be okay and comfortable with it? But to really answer the question, not all exes are bad, and not all exes should be kept as friends, particularly when you have transited into a committed affair as marriage. If your wife doesn't find it comfortable, you should do everything you can do to allay that person's fears. And if you cannot, the ex can actually really remain an ex while you focus on your marriage and build it, with your spouse. Because for your partner to have also mentioned that they find it uncomfortable, perhaps there are some things they have seen. Maybe a text, maybe you hang out too much with that person, you are always calling, always talking, the way you still chat, and sometimes old flames, they say, can actually be ignited very easily. And then you come back and then start to plead that, oh, I'm sorry, it was a mistake. Maybe it wasn't a mistake, because there was someone in your corner who was telling you, I'm uncomfortable with this relationship. Yeah. Some ex are good, some are bad. It depends on how you work around it and prioritize your marriage.
So right. I think my take home in this is that priority. So you prioritize your marriage more than so you do what is good for your marriage. And that's why we're talking about making marriage works. Exactly.
Yeah, what's the vision you have? Yeah. What kind of family do you want? Yeah. What kind of family do you want? Are you being selfless? Because will you also take the same from your partner? And if you know that person is a good, genuine friend, let that person become a friend of the family, not just your own friend. If you really know that this person is a dear friend and you really want to maintain the relationship, do everything you can to carry your wife along. At that time, the person may not even have a problem with it anymore, because now there is a lot of transparency. I'm comfortable. There is trust. There is nothing hidden. So why not? But when you have had a sexual relationship with someone, it's better to let it be in the past. That person is an ex. Let it remain so.
Let the ex be ex.
Let the ex be ex.
Okay,
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So thank you for being here with me.
Thank you.
All right. So the African community can be impacted by impacting one African family, one at a time. Thank you very much. See you at the next episode.
All right.
All right.